Hello, in this video we're going to work on understanding and interpreting division problems. In this video I have a series of word problems and I actually gave you the answers to these word problems, but we need to take that answer and decide how am I going to use that answer to actually solve the problem and determine and answer the question that is given to us in each of these problems. So notice in this problem here, it says Frank was trying to beat his old score of 47 points, that's my dividend, my whole amount, in a video game. If he scores exactly 7 points, that's my divisor, each round, keyword for division, how many rounds would he need to play to beat his old score? So my answer here is 6 remainder 5. Let's see what that answer really means to us. That's telling me he was able to play exactly 6 rounds to score 7 points in each round. But he has 5 left over, so he still has an extra 5 points that he needs to continue to get in order to beat his old score. So if he only played 6 rounds, he wouldn't beat his old score because he would still have 5 points left over. But if he played 7 rounds, then he would be able to beat his old score. In fact, he wouldn't have anything left over and he'd have more points beating his old score. So in this problem, you could do all the work to solve and you get 6 remainder 5. But you always need to go back when you're dealing with any word problem and look back and see what is the question really asking us. How can I use my answer to that word problem to answer the question? Notice 6 wasn't my answer, 5 wasn't my answer, but I needed to use that information to answer the question in this problem. In this problem here, it says a grocery store needed 10 cans of peas. If the peas come in boxes with 3 cans in each box, keyword for division, how many boxes would they need to order? So again, the question here is saying how many boxes would they need to order? Now, they're able to fit 3 cans in each box, but there's still going to be one more left over. And you can't forget about that person. You can't forget about that can. You still need that for this problem. So if they ordered 3, you wouldn't have enough. But then if they ordered 4 cans here, 4 boxes, you would be able to fill and use up all the cans. So again, if they needed 10 cans of peas, they have to have that. If they only ordered 3 boxes, then they'd only have 9 cans. But what about that remainder? You still needed that. The grocery store still needs that. So instead of ordering 3 boxes, in this problem, they need to order 4 boxes because my quotient and my remainder, we have 3 remainder 1. So that's telling me 3 boxes, but I still have 1 left over. So again, we have to make sure we're including that one that's left over by ordering an additional box. So if you wrote 3 boxes as your answer, you needed that information to help you determine this, but 3 boxes wouldn't be enough. We would want to have 4 boxes for this problem. In this problem, it says a store owner had 4 employees and bought 26 uniforms for them. If he wanted to give each employee the same number of uniforms, how many more should he buy so he doesn't have any extra? Now for this problem, I'm actually going to draw it out so you can see. Some of these problems, the numbers might be really large and you might not want to draw them out. But for the purpose of learning what this question's fully asking, I think a drawing's extremely beneficial. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Notice 26 is my full amount known as my dividend. So this is telling us he bought 26 uniforms. Now, a store owner had 4 employees, but they want to give each employee the same amount of uniforms. So let's see how many uniforms each person would get. So let's make some groups of 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So each employee can get one uniform. Now they can get a second uniform, a third uniform, a fourth uniform, a fifth uniform, a sixth uniform. So right now we're saying that each employee can get 6 uniforms, and that's what my quotient's telling me. But I have 2 uniforms left over. Now it says how many more should he buy so he doesn't have any extras. So in red here, we have 2 uniforms. So that means 2 employees can get a 7th uniform. But what about the other 2? And he doesn't want to have any extra left over. So in order for each of those 4 employees to get an equal amount of uniforms, we're going to have him buy 2 extra uniforms, because now I can make another group of 4, which is now going to give each employee 7 uniforms, not 6 uniforms, 7 uniforms. So the answer to my problem here would be in red, these 2 dots, which is telling me how many more should he buy so he doesn't have any extra. And you would say 2 uniforms. So notice this picture here is extremely helpful in solving problems like this, especially when you're unsure on how to go about. Always go back and refer back to drawing a picture to help you better understand it. Actually seeing, well, wow, we were able to create 6 groups of 4. We had 2 left over, but we want to create another group of 4. So to do that, we have to add 2 more circles, or in this problem, 2 more uniforms. In this problem here, it says Will wanted to give each of his 7 friends an equal amount of candy. At the store, he bought 41 pieces total to give them. He made more pieces. How many more pieces should he have bought so he didn't have any extra? So again, this is very, very similar to that previous problem. However, this time we have 41 pieces. I'm not going to draw out 41 circles this time, but we will know that each friend, he has 7 friends. So as of now, this quotient is telling me, well, each friend can get 5 pieces of candy. And we have 7 friends. So I'm just going to draw out 1 friend, 2 friends, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those are each of the friends. And we're telling us, this problem is telling us, well, each friend can get 1, 2, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. So this is telling me that each friend can get 5 pieces of candy. But now we have 6 left over. So let's see. So that's telling us, this friend can get 6 pieces. 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 This friend can get 6. And this friend can get 6 pieces. But this friend can only get 5? That's not really fair. Now the problem's asking how many more pieces should he have bought so he didn't have any extra. So to not have any extra, that means no remainder left over. And that also means that every single friend, each of the 7 friends, gets the same amount of candy. So now where this star is here, that's what needed to be added. So now what he should have bought was he should have bought 1 more piece of candy. And buying that 1 more piece of candy would now give each friend the exact same amount. In this problem here, it says Caleb had 19 baseball cards. He's putting into a binder with 7 on each page. Notice 19 is my full amount. Each page is going to have 7. How many cards will he have on the page that isn't full? So my answer here, 2 remainder 5, is telling me that Caleb was able to have 2 full pages of baseball cards. But what's left over, that third page that's not full, would now have 5 cards on that page. So in this problem, when it says how many cards will he have on the page that isn't full, they are looking for my remainder. So 5 cards is my answer. But notice you're not just putting 2 remainder 5, you're not just writing 2, you're writing 5 cards. So that's telling me on that third page, there's only 5 cards. It's not a full page with 7 cards like the other 2. The third page only has 5 cards, but that's okay. In this problem, they want to know, well, how many cards will he have on the page that isn't full? And finally, we have a recycling company had 17 pounds of material to sort. To make it easier, they split, keyword for division, into boxes with each full box having 2 pounds. How many full boxes did they have? So in this problem here, they solved 17 divided by 2. We realized we were able to create 8 full boxes with 1 left over. Now, how many full boxes did they have? They only want your quotient there. So just 8 full boxes, 8 full boxes, or 8 would be your answer to this problem. Now notice you still needed to solve this problem to determine the answer to this question, but once you get your quotient, possibly a remainder, you always need to go back to the original problem. Read what it's asking, determine what they want here before you fully write down your answer and press submit. As always, you can refer back to this video at any time to help you with any problems when interpreting and understanding division problems.